So check it out, we have a brand new official update from the dev team of Outriders. This is blasting our way into the new week. Next patch planned for release tomorrow, which also means we should be getting the patch notes alongside this brand new patch, which of course the main focus of this patch is to address the damage mitigation issue, and it's also been confirmed that Outriders is going to be expanding. We're going to be talking about that because recently we had a player ask this question right here, and this is very interesting. It says, is this a glitch, luck, or what? And he's talking about how he has discovered level 70 weapons in the game. So what is going on here? A lot of you guys are theorizing that this is kind of a tease perhaps to a level cap increase and of course DLC, since we do know officially that Outriders is going to be expanding. But let's talk about all of this right now. Hey everyone, what's happening? Open World Games here. Hope you're doing good. And yes, we are revisiting Outriders once again because we are getting that patch. That is confirmed. It's making its way to us. That's going to be tomorrow. And again, I'm going to have those patch notes for you guys. So yeah, hopefully they do address a bunch of issues that we are facing with the game, including an increase with legendary drop rates, because that's one thing for me personally. Alongside the damage mitigation issue, I want to see an increase with the legendary drop rates for sure, or have Diego help out, you know, with a rotation of legendary weapons. That would be really cool. Now, let's get into this right here. This is an interesting one for sure. It says, is this a glitch, luck, or what? This comes from Difficult Device. He says, so today I launched the game and I saw this on my main character, CR580. And you can see right here, let me pop that up for you guys. You can see right here, his character Violet says CR580. Of course, this could just be like a glitch or another way they actually, you know, do the mathematics behind the scenes. But let's dive into this even further because it gets even more interesting. So, it says, I didn't know what this is or what does it mean, so I logged into my character and what a surprise I found. What surprised me more than anything is the level of the item. Every weapon I had on my inventory became level 70 and the armor still level 50. And a lot of you guys, again, are asking, is this future content level cap 70? And we have Demon who says this, that was my first thought as well. So some of you guys actually think that this again is a tease to perhaps a future raise in level cap, and perhaps hopefully we see new weapons. We'll see what happens, but that's going to be most likely part of a bigger expansion, new weapons. But anyway, it says, PS, if you think I'm cheating, this is understandable, but please don't write that in the comments waiting for logical explanation because I'm looking for one myself. I only post this here to know what happened to my character. Edit, I think the CR is for the score system. When I equip level 70 items, it increased from CR 580 to be CR 608. So it could also be they might be changing the way they grade characters' level. Perhaps in the future, we shall see. But again, this is really interesting, seeing that there's a level 70 weapon that he has discovered in his inventory. It would be really cool to see the level cap increased and perhaps also expanded throughout the actual open world exploration, the campaign, to be able to get those higher level gear as well. But he also shows his stat screen here. So it seems like something has happened to his game, either a major glitch or perhaps he accidentally unlocked perhaps, you know, future content, and that could be telling as to what to expect next for Outriders. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they raised the level cap down the road with an expansion and then added in new content, including weapons, a new part of the world to explore, something like that, as well as, you know, perhaps bosses and enemies. That would be really, really cool. But they seem like they're very interested in doing something very big instead of something that is small for Outriders in the future. And of course, that has been stated by Square Enix as well. You know, there was a recent article here that says Outriders has had enough players for Square Enix to stick with it, and that is official. It says poised to be the company's next big franchise, they say right there. Now, what's really noteworthy and the reason why they are considering this to be a potential franchise is this right here. According to the official Outriders team, The average play time for the game is 31 hours, which is actually really impressive for a game like this. So, considering that so many people download the game and you have the average play time being 31 hours, it shows that there was a lot of people willing to stick with the game despite the issues, or there was a group that is willing to stick with the game for a very, very, very long time to really bump that number up, of course. But yeah, that's telling me that, of course, the game in some way has an audience, that it was in some way a success. And I would really like to see, personally, I really want to see them continue the franchise and fine-tune it even further. And hopefully this patch really addresses those issues that we're dealing with. Now, also, guess what? Outriders is also on sale. So PlayStation Store's new deal of the week is Outriders. But it's not just PlayStation putting the game up at a lower price. It has been confirmed that every platform is also putting the game for sale. It's 25% off, as indicated by the official Outriders Twitter as well. But yeah, you can view that as a bad thing or a good thing, whatever. But honestly, that's to be expected. It's about time the game does go on sale. As you can see right here, it says, for a limited time, Outriders is currently 25% off on all platforms right here. And they say that's a limited time. We'll see what the price remains after this sale. I imagine the game will have a lower price permanently, considering, of course, you could see on the community Reddit that the average player base has died off pretty significantly from launch, as well as Steam. So that actually isn't good news. Now, if this was a proper live service game, that could actually be a different story, of course, which is a shame. All right, so let's keep going, shall we? All right, so we have this article here from Forbes. It's an interesting one for sure. It says, 3 changes that could save Outriders instantly. So let's dive into this article and talk about how Outriders can have a real quick turnaround if they do certain things right very quickly. They need to address this right here, of course. Way, way better matchmaking. I just saw a post about this out on the subreddit saying that this guy tried 75 times to get into matchmaking and barely got anything. A lot of it was AFK players. There's no way to sort matchmaking to get into certain tiers or to sort by certain events. So matchmaking is a mess. And a lot of people, from what I am seeing, are actually playing this game as perhaps a single-player game, despite it requiring online functionality, which is just really weird and a shame. Now, also, this is the big one for me. Dramatically increase the legendary drop rate, This has to happen. Like, this will be, for me, a big game changer. Honestly, I've been playing Biomutant currently. That's been keeping my attention right now. I personally really am enjoying Biomutant. You've probably seen some reviews saying it's not good, but I haven't finished the game. We'll see if I get bored of it fast or what happens, but so far I find it quirky, unique, and weird, and that's something that, gaming doesn't offer that often. A lot of it's just like the same stuff. But anyway, back to Outriders. The one reason I would revisit Outriders, my point is because if they change the legendary drop rate. That's one reason I would definitely dive back into Outriders. Now, also, it says here, alternate in-game farming. So we need targeted in-game farming as well, which would be a lot of fun. I think they just need to study what's going on with Destiny 2. It's still so immensely successful. I dropped by their community today just to see how their numbers are and how they're doing, and they are absolutely killing it with keeping their audience, within the community for the most part. And they're doing so well with sustaining their viewership and their audience that they don't plan to release Destiny 3 at all, like anytime soon at all. I think they confirmed that they're going to be doing Destiny 2, up until, wasn't it something insane, like 2025? So they're basically doing a GTA 5, from what I'm seeing, with Destiny. But yeah, I think the Outriders team needs to stop with the narrow vision and start looking at what's actually successful around them and start studying that. That's just my opinion. That's something they need to really tap into. But yes, it is time for your top comments. So leave a comment down below. Could end up in a future video. Let's do this. Alright, my last Outriders video was a couple days ago. It was too long ago. And it was called Official New Update about the big patch. Square Enix now calls the game a franchise. So it's interesting to see, yes, that Square Enix is definitely interested in making this into a proper franchise. It looks like we would be getting an Outriders 2 in the future. So, you know, this People Can Fly studio, they're rapidly expanding. They have two big publishers, Square Enix and Take-Two, very interested in their work. Let's see what you guys have to say about this one. Now, George D says the following: whatever DLC they have planned should be free as compensation. Yeah, they should offer something for free. I totally agree, George. Jinkiro says, comment section, frustrated, ridiculed, upset, tired, leaving the game. Square Enix, it's a franchise now. Brian Evans says, hey, I am glad that they quality tested the new patch. We don't need a patch that needs to be patched. I'll gladly wait for the patch to be straight. Hell yes, yeah. Just get the patch right, you know. Take your time. Make sure the patch releases properly. We don't need a problem. Bonker69 says, one patch to rule them all. One patch to find them. One patch to bring them all. And in the darkness, find them. I love the Lord of the Rings reference right there. Beg says, come on now, everybody had to know the patch was getting pushed back. I know, obviously, you know, when they said that they were going to try to release it last week, I was like, hell no, that's not possible. I'm just going to wait for them to say that it's been delayed. So, you know, they're trying to really communicate. That's the thing. You have a community manager that's, I personally think the community manager for Outriders is doing an excellent job communicating, you know, what the dev team is trying to do. It's just that there's been major mishaps, you know, with certain nerfs at launch, the inventory bug, this damage mitigation issue. It's just been one thing after another, and it's such a shame. I don't know what the deal is, you know, with some of these game releases. But again, apparently a lot of you stuck through and played Outriders for like 31 hours. Let me know if that was you or if you gave up a lot quicker than that. How many of you actually made it to the end game? That's what I'm curious. 2 expeditions. Sound off in the comments below. Let me know. But thank you all so much for watching. Stay tuned for more Outriders news and updates. And I do, again, plan to add even more games into the rotation. You know, I covered some Biomutant stuff recently. Gave my honest opinions after playing the game. I didn't get through all of that game, of course. But check out my opinions on that one. It seems like there's mixed opinions about Biomutant out there. It's weird. Some people are enjoying it, and then some people absolutely hate it. Some people are in the middle. So it's one of those games. I feel like it's another Outriders type situation. But for me personally, there's something in there for Biomutant fans to actually enjoy. That's my opinion. And yeah, I actually really enjoy exploring the world, you know, and check out my coverage about that one. But thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.